First person this week is the new head of the Republican Party in Delaware. John Sigler is an attorney, a Navy veteran, and former Dover police captain. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
And Mark Eichmann is also here as well.
And John, you've done a lot of, Bill just gave off the resume, also worked at the top of the NRA. How does those jobs compare to the current position you're in at the top of the Delaware GOP? Is it a tougher job than any of those others?
Well, we certainly have our challenges. I'm so new that I can't answer that question. We'll have to wait and see how everything transpires. Right now, we're in an organization mode where we're trying to figure out exactly where everyone fits. We have an entirely new team in place. The vice chair, obviously, is Representative Greg Lavelle. Our new treasurer is an attorney from Dover by the name of Beth Miller. And our secretary is Kim Hoy Stevenson from Sussex County. So we have an entirely new team in place. So we're reorganizing. We're off to a great start, and we have a lot of plans. And I guess the question is, can we execute those plans? And I think that we can. We have a renewed spirit within the Republican Party of the state of Delaware, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 years, and I'm looking forward to the 2012 elections.
Would you say that part of that plan is uniting the party? And if so, how do you do that?
Well, second part is a good question. The first part is also a good question. The answer is yes, it is part of it is uniting the party. And I think we're off to a great start. The fact that we have officers now of the party from all 3 counties, 2 from Kent. That's the first time that I'm aware that that's occurred. 1 from Newcastle County, 1 from Sussex County is part of the unification process. How do we do that? I think it's a matter of inclusiveness. It's a matter of outreach. And one of the messages that I am attempting to deliver is that everyone is welcome in the Republican Party. There's a misperception out there that the Republican Party is closed to outsiders. It's not. It's the People's Party. We're your neighbors, we're your co-workers, we're your friends, we're your relatives. Come join us. Be part of the process. Be part of the solution, if you will, to what's wrong in the state of Delaware right now. For that matter, what's wrong with our country. Be part of the process of electing new and exciting candidates to office.
There was a photograph in the News Journal, an outstanding photograph, where Christine O'Donnell is kind of sitting in the back of the Republican convention. Very symbolic. Is she considered an outsider? How do you unite Christine O'Donnell's people, the Tea Party? How do you make them happy with the Republican Party?
Well, I think it's a matter of bringing everyone together under one message. And the theme for both my acceptance speech and for where we're going from now into the future is Together, a New Beginning. And that was the theme of Ronald Reagan's 1980 campaign. It was a theme for his inauguration as well. Together, a New Beginning. And it is about inclusiveness. It is about making everyone feel as though they have a voice at the table and making that feeling a reality as well. The folks that supported Christine O'Donnell, as well as the folks who may have supported other candidates, Mike Castle and others, everyone has a seat at the table. This is about Delaware. This is about making Delaware a better place for all of us. It's about delivering on the promise of our founding fathers of liberty, freedom, prosperity, a constitutional form of government in which we can all be proud.
Your predecessor had a sort of a run-in, I guess you could say, during the last campaign with Christine O'Donnell, and the phrase "can't be elected dog catcher" was thrown around a whole lot. Have you had a conversation with her about the future, about her role in the party?
Well, I've had conversations with a lot of people about their roles in the party and about the future of the Republican Party. Now's not the time to look back. We learn from the past, and we plan for the future, and that's what we're doing. We're looking forward. We're not looking back. This is about where we're going, not where we've been.
You said you learned from the past. What did you learn from the primaries of last summer?
Well, I think we learned that there is a new, invigorated base, if you will, out there that is interested in being fiscally responsible as a government, smaller government that's responsive to the people, government that serves the people. Let's go back to the basics of government: of the people, by the people, and for the people, not government of the government, by the government, and for the government, which is where we are in the state of Delaware and where we are nationally, and we've got to turn that around. And I think that's a message that resonates with all Delawareans, whether they're Republicans, Independents, Democrats. We all believe in a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, and that's the focus of our party right now, a party of the people, by the people, and for the people.
And looking forward, let's say there's a similar scenario where Christine O'Donnell is going up this time against Tom Carper, who would appear to be the heavy favorite. We're a couple weeks before the primary. The numbers it looks like a toss-up. What is your role? We saw what happened last summer where it was attack mode. What is your role in that scenario?
My role in the scenario that you've just described, first of all, we don't know that scenario is actually going to play out at this point. We know nothing about who the candidates are or will be. For that matter, we don't even know if Senator Carper is going to run for re-election. At least I'm not aware of him making a formal announcement. The role of the chairman is to carry out the will of the party. And where there is a primary, first of all, when there's a convention, the convention is made up of Republican delegates, and those delegates choose a candidate. The candidate of the party has access to the party apparatus. Having said that, the choice of the people is finally made at the primary, if there is a primary. And assuming that there is a primary, it is not until the primary is over does the chairman take sides.
Which was not the case last time.
History speaks for itself.
How important is building up or reaching out to independent? You talked about making the party inclusive, but the way the voter rolls are in this state, you're at a significant disadvantage just having an R behind the candidate's name just because of the way the numbers are, and having the party split now among sort of the moderates towards Newcastle County, more conservative in southern Delaware. Having the party split in sort of divisions, how important is it to reach out to independents? Well,
you're assuming that the party's split, and I'm not willing to grant you that assumption.
Okay.
We're rebuilding and we're reuniting. The fact that I'm the chairman, that I was elected chairman, shows that there can be unification. I view myself as the unification candidate, as the unification chairman, and I think the vote on the floor of the convention showed that the membership views me in that light. I don't think there is a division. I think that to be elected in the state of Delaware, you have to appeal to a broad range of voters. The independents, in most cases, make up the difference. Yes, right now there is a voter registration deficit between the Republicans and the Democrats, but when you look at the number of independents out there, or others, if you will, that's the way the Department of Elections views it. They're not just independents, they can be third party or undeclared. It's those people who will ultimately decide who the next governor is, who the next senator is, who the next lieutenant governor is, etc. It's about message, and it's about having a quality candidate that can appeal across. Delaware is a small state. I mean, we only have 3 counties. There are counties in this country that are larger than all of Delaware. There are cities in this country that have more voters in them than all of Delaware. So it isn't as big a hurdle as some people would like for the average citizen to believe. It's not that big a hurdle to bring us together behind a message, behind a quality candidate who is focused on the things that are important to Delawareans. Jobs, jobs, and more jobs. The economy, let's quote Bill Clinton, it's the economy, stupid. It really is the economy. And when you're paying $4 or more for a gallon of gasoline, and when you are paying the taxes that we're paying, when our jobs are not growing the way we need for them to be grown, both nationally and locally, then it's the candidate that can deliver the message that they really do get it. It is the economy. It is about jobs. It is about your friends and neighbors who are out of work, who have skills, who have the desire to work and the ability to work. It's about appealing to those people and bringing them to the table on Election Day in November of 2012. And we're going to field candidates that will, in fact, deliver that message and who have the capability of delivering upon their promises based upon that message.
How do you deliver that message to Republican voters north of the canal where, let's face it, numbers haven't been that strong recently?
Well, all politics is local, and all politics is retail. Sorry, we're on a television station, you can buy all the television you want, but in Delaware, unless you're out there pressing the flesh, knocking on the doors, meeting the voters, you're not going to win. You can buy all the press you want. You can buy all the ads that you want. That just becomes clutter around Election Day. It's about the work that's done out in the neighborhoods, on the streets, in the shopping centers, neighbor to neighbor, house to house. That's how statewide candidates win in the state of Delaware, and that's how local candidates win.
Are you saying that wasn't the case in the last round of elections with candidates?
I'm not saying that at all.
Not going door to door up north?
I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that's the way it will be done in the 2012 cycle. That will be the focus, is building the grassroots necessary to help deliver the message and help to get the voters in contact with the candidates.
How important is finding candidates? Because there was a couple of races in the last cycle where there was no Republican to even vote for. How important is it to find at least a body to put in there, if not beyond that, to find a really quality candidate?
Well, our hope is that we will have quality candidates who will come forward to say, yes, I'm going to take a stab at it this time because I believe, one, in the message, two, in the very real need to change the direction in this state and in this nation. Those candidates will come forward if they see a party that is united, if they see a party that is organized, and if they see a party that can support their candidacy. And that's what we're going to provide. We will engage in the normal process of candidate identification and recruitment and education and all the other things that go with that. It's a new day in Delaware. Together, a new beginning, and that new beginning is providing to people of the state of Delaware a real choice between what we currently have, both in our legislature and the governor's mansion, as well as in Congress, and what we should have. And what we should have is good, solid Republicans that understand and are able to deliver the message, and we will do our dead level best to make sure that we have quality candidates for all those offices.
All right, John Sigler, thank you very much for joining us on First.